Welcome back, my darlings, my beautiful collective. So for today's Oracle Tarot combo, we're going to be using the Soul Truth Oracle deck. To start us off, we are asking our angels, ancestors, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, for our highest good and purpose, may we receive good and clear guided messages. May the messages that we receive help us to reach our highest timeline, highest path forward, and our highest version of self. And of course, as always, we hope that these messages find us well. Let's also take a moment to remind you that tarot services are available via the link in my bio should you feel called to check in on the energies that you find in a collective read such as one of these, or if you'd simply like to check in on the energy that's very specific and unique to your own set of circumstances. By clicking on the link in my bio, it takes you to my link tree where total tarot service menu is offered, and you can peruse among those options and select that which suits you best, as well as your method of payment. Also, by clicking on the link in my bio, it takes you to a button that says Instagram. By clicking on it, you can either continue to go to Instagram or you can go to YouTube. The reason why I mention this is because if you're enjoying the content and you're already on those platforms and you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate interaction from those platforms as well. Likes, follows, shares. It does help to boost my presence on those platforms as well as to help others find me. So if you find this useful and you figure that others would as well, I encourage you to share that. So, but that being said, let's take our attention and focus back to the Oracle, where we join Spirit, and the messages that Spirit has for us today. Still shuffling, we haven't quite gotten, there we go, ask and you shall receive, right? Haven't quite gotten the messages from Spirit. Spirit gave us a couple, so let's see what we got. On whom am I placing blame right now? Good question. A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Take responsibility on whom you are placing blame right now. Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you're going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart. You will be led. Very interesting, because for those of you who have not watched the 3-card read for today, the title for the 3-card read is The Choice. All right. Am I apologizing for my truth? Okay. What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you're brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in us all. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra: courage is contagious. And the last one says, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you feel your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling each day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Today's soul action: lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? The energy at the bottom of the deck. Let's take that card as well. Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. Today's message seems to be all about authenticity. So I challenge you today those of you who come here for, as it were, your daily bread, in a way, spiritual sustenance, to be true to yourself. I am in no way the second coming, so I have no disillusions about myself, but I feel like we can learn to be our most true and authentic self. That is something that I value, and it is a core belief that I teach. And what kind of teacher would I be if I didn't model the same behavior, right? For today's Tarot the Complete Kit, we're asking our angels, ancestors, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, for our highest good and purpose. May we receive good and clear guided messages. May the messages that we receive help us to reach our highest timeline, highest path forward, highest version of self. And of course, as always, we do hope that these messages find you well. Okay, so we've got several here. Very interesting. Oof. Anything else? I feel like we have just a few more. Okay. This and this. You will see, dear collective, what I'm talking about. I just think it's funny, like, y'all already see me laughing or smirking or smiling or whatever. Whenever you see that, you know that, of course, there'll be something there. What I find that is very interesting, okay? So today's 3-card read, as I already mentioned, was titled The Choice. Which card do you think we're starting out with for today's energy? It's the Two of Swords. Somebody needs to make a decision. So interesting that I made the reference to bread earlier. 6 of Pentacles. See this loaf? See this bread? All right. I am mind blown by how Spirit works. Okay, so 2 of Swords. Someone has to make a decision. 6 of Pentacles. The decision is about supportive or being supported, generosity. It's about equal exchange of energies. It's about give and take. Do you move forward in the energy of equal exchange of energies, or 4 of Swords? 4 of Swords is about healing, rest, or separation. It's about maybe cutting someone off or cutting off communication. The Tower. This talks about upheaval, chaos, release, letting go, some unexpected changes. 7 of Wands says to hold your ground. It says stand firm in your decisions. Do not be swayed by others. Do not deviate from the path that you're on. Defend the territory that you're on. The Moon card talks about things that are hidden. Emotions, fears, hopes, dreams, desires. Or are you defending your hopes, your fears, your dreams, your desires, your love? Or is it offensive or is it defensive? Are you fighting for it or are you fighting against it? 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands talks about perseverance. It talks about being willing to be vulnerable. It's someone who has had a lot of heartache when it comes to love, but who's still brave enough to pick up the wand to defend themselves. They haven't completely given over to defeat or despair. They still hope. Ten of Pentacles. This is happily ever after. They still want that happily ever after. The Sun card as well. They want to achieve it for sure. Five of Pentacles, this has been a test of faith. The Devil card says that this hasn't been easy. I feel like also with temptation, they really want to offer a cup of love. This is the energy of surprise. I feel like there is this deep desire for this. The deep desire is also for Four of Wands. It's for union. It's marriage. It can also be spiritual ascension. I'm sorry, it's actually about success. My apologies. They want success when it comes to love. And the Chariot says that they're trying to make moves in order to get it. Judgment. So Judgment says that a decision needs to be rendered. Going forward, a decision is required. What are you going to choose? I see Ace of Cups. I see someone wants to choose love. Queen of Cups. There is this feminine energy, possible water sign energy. This would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Or they have a lot of love for this feminine energy. The Star says that there is miracle energy here. It can also be energy of Aquarius. But I feel like whatever this is, this connection, there's to be this restart here, okay? It's going to be healed. It's going to be restored. And then Four of Wands, there is going to be the opportunity for union. But Eight of Cups, something needs to be left behind. The Devil card coming up above it, it's toxic traits, tendencies, and mentalities, perceptions, behaviors. This is slowly being purged from you. I say slowly being purged because the Temperance card is about alignment, and it is followed by the Death card. The Death card is talking about Scorpio season, which we are actually embarking upon as we speak. There's transformation energy here. Queen of Swords says that you need to hold some boundaries here. The Four of Cups talks about contemplation. It talks about someone who is perhaps not seeing your worth or your value or the value of a connection. They're not seeing the gift. Ten of Swords, I feel like they're blinded by the fears and the hurt, the pain of the past. They long for this Nine of Pentacles. They want this abundance. They do see your worth, but in a way, they're afraid of it. They're afraid that perhaps you come at too high of a cost. The cost that you carry is change. They would have to change in order to be with you. And I feel like that is what has them scared and shrinking into fear, staying in the comfort zone where they don't have to change, because at least there they know what to expect. Because the future, though it is uncertain, can be scary. Seven of Pentacles says that there is investment and growth as long as you're willing to let down the burdens. This is justice. Are you willing to let go? Let go of the hurts of the past so you can level up and become the Emperor. This is for the Divine Masculine in a way. As this Divine Masculine reaches their boiling point, the last straw that broke the camel's back, as they turn their back on this energy of holding back, of just wishful thinking, of just fantasizing, as they turn their back on their player ways of the past with the King of Wands. They're ultimately coming full circle to a decision. The Lovers. It represents a choice, as well as soulmates or twin flames. A spiritual connection, divine union. So the question for the Divine Masculine is, what will you choose? Will you truly choose love and true love? Or will you continue to wallow in the pain and the hurt of yesteryear, condemning both yourself and your divine counterpart to misery until such time as that counterpart gives up hope and decides to look elsewhere? A possible scenario, but it doesn't have to be the future that you select. You can choose differently. My advice, Divine Masculine, is ask yourself, are you willing to live with a lifetime of regret? Or will you find the courage to battle your own demons, your shadows, yourself, and fight for not only your voice, your authenticity, your truth, but fight for love and your connection? What is it worth to you? Is it worth you giving your all? Or do you choose to remain small? May your manifestations burn bigger and brighter than you can possibly imagine. May they come in much sooner than you expect. I wish you peace, love, and light as much as your soul can bear. And until next time.